So today, we're diving into a really fascinating transformation. We're going to look at how more than a decade of real-world get-your-hands-dirty expertise gets completely reborn as a powerful AI coach, a coach that's set to totally revolutionize how we take care of one of the biggest investments in our homes. You know, if you've ever owned a pool, you get this question immediately. It's supposed to be your little slice of paradise, right? Your backyard oasis. But so often, it just becomes this magnet for stress and unexpected bills. You're left guessing about chemicals, trying to figure out what that weird humming noise is. It's what we call the pool owner's dilemma. And at its core, it's really just a knowledge gap problem. And the stakes here are way higher than you might think. Just take a look at this real review from a customer, Debbie. She goes on vacation, comes home, and finds a total disaster in her backyard. But, and this is the key, the right expert, a guy named Nassim, comes in and turns that swamp back into paradise in just 1 week. That expert is a central figure in our story today. To really understand where this AI is coming from, we have to go back to the beginning, back to a hands-on, reputation-first business called Optimum Pool Service, which, for over 10 years, was a major player in the super competitive market of Westchester County, New York. And what this shows you is so important. Nassim's success wasn't just about skimming leaves. No way. It was about managing the entire asset. We're talking complex mechanical repairs, super detailed inspections for people buying a new home. His company became the gold standard because they delivered what people actually want: total peace of mind. I mean, listen to that. That quote just says it all. When a customer tells you they will never use another company, you know you've built something way more powerful than just a service business. You've built rock-solid trust. This was the peak of the old-school hands-on model. But the whole industry was about to change. Right around the early 2020s, this massive wave of consolidation started rolling through the entire pool industry, and it created a whole new world of challenges and opportunities for local experts like Nassim. And this wasn't just a one-off thing. All across the country, huge corporations and private equity firms started buying up the best local pool companies. Their goal? To standardize a pretty fragmented market, make everything more efficient and scalable. The era of the small, independent expert was quickly coming to an end. This timeline really lays out the whole journey perfectly. It starts in 2009, spends over a decade building this amazing reputation. Then, bam, 2022, the business gets acquired as part of this bigger industry trend. And that leaves you with a huge question. What happens to all that knowledge, all that experience, when the founder moves on? Does it just disappear? Well, that 13 years of in-the-field know-how didn't just vanish. It actually became the foundation for a completely new kind of solution, one designed to solve that original problem in a totally different way. See, to build the right tool, Nassim had to nail down the real problem. It wasn't just about cloudy water. It was this concept called information asymmetry. It's a fancy term, but it's simple. It's like when you take your car to the mechanic. They know exactly what's wrong, but you just know it's making a weird noise. That imbalance of knowledge forces you, the homeowner, to always be reacting to problems instead of getting ahead of them. And that leads to this huge shift in philosophy. The old way, the serviced model, is reactive. You pay a lot of money week after week for someone to show up and fix whatever's broken. The new way, the managed model, is proactive. It uses tech to empower you, the owner, to stop problems before they even start, all for a tiny fraction of the cost. And this is it. This is the result of that new philosophy, LearnMyPool. It's an AI-powered platform that literally takes all the knowledge from those 13 years on the job and puts it right into your hands. It's basically democratizing expertise. So how's it work? It's actually a really simple but incredibly powerful 3-step loop. First, you just plug in your pool's data, like from a water test. Second, the AI crunches those numbers, checking them against this huge database of expert knowledge, just like a seasoned pro would. And finally, it spits out clear, simple, step-by-step instructions so you can fix tiny issues before they become huge, expensive headaches. And this isn't just some concept on a PowerPoint slide. It's a real, fully built platform, and it's designed to work beautifully whether you're on your computer at your desk or checking it on your phone right by the pool. It just works with you. Okay, so this is obviously a game changer for homeowners. But the true, mind-blowing potential of this technology really clicks when you start to think bigger. Let's look at the commercial world, where these exact same problems get multiplied by 100. So imagine you're a property manager with dozens, maybe hundreds of pools to look after. For you, an AI coach like this isn't just a nice to have, it's a force multiplier. It lets you see everything from one single dashboard, it standardizes training so your general staff can handle stuff that used to need a specialist, and, this is huge, all that knowledge stays in the software. It doesn't walk out the door when an employee quits. And we're not talking about generic one-size-fits-all advice here. The platform's real magic is in its hyper-local knowledge. It has guides that are customized for the specific climate and the local rules in each state. That means the advice you get is always spot on and relevant. That deep pool of knowledge is always there when you need it. With this huge, growing database of expert answers, it's pretty much like having a master pool technician on call 24/7, right in your pocket. And of course, safety is a massive priority. The platform takes these really complex professional safety rules, like the 4-layer protection system, and just boils them down into simple, easy-to-follow guides for anyone to use. This brings up a really important distinction we need to make. We're starting to see two different kinds of AI for our backyards. You've got design AI, which is all about aesthetics. It helps you imagine what a new patio could look like. But then you have operational AI, which is focused on something way more critical, preserving your asset. This isn't about making things look pretty, it's about protecting a massive investment for decades to come. And as powerful as this AI coach is right now, it's really just the first step. The ultimate vision is a concept called management by exception. So picture a future where smart sensors and cameras let the system basically run itself. It only bothers you, the human, when it spots a problem that it can't handle on its own. And this right here is the biggest takeaway of all. It shows the incredible shift from expensive reactive fixes to cheap preventative care. Reactive is when your pool turns green and you get a crisis and a huge bill. Predictive is when the AI tells you a tiny bearing in your pump is wearing out. You replace it for maybe $50 instead of waiting for the whole $1,000 pump to fail. That's the whole revolution in a nutshell.
This is what we call an educational ecosystem, a network of connected tools, all for you.
You've got the blog, the app, FAQs, guides, even state-specific content and checklists.
And it's all designed to guide you from learning something to actually doing it.
And you get that confidence to manage your pool just like a pro. That's the payoff.
So are you ready to stop guessing? Ready to finally take control of your pool?